Mr. Nakasone is a good friend of mine, and he comes from Okinawa. He knows what he knows, and he goes where he goes, and when he goes, I want to go too. Mr. Nakasone is going to sea in a beautiful pea-green boat, a lawnmower engine attached to a bath, and he swears it's going to float. Yes, he swears it's going to float. I saw him down at the rubbish dump, welding on the skis. He singed his beard just as I feared, but he put the fire out with ease. Yes, he put the fire out with ease. Mr. Nakasone is a good friend of mine, and he comes from Okinawa. He knows what he knows, and he goes where he goes, and when he goes, I want to go too. He lives in downtown Yokohama, in a house of his own device. His oven is an empty oil drum, and he drinks his sake with ice. The roof is the ramp of the Bay Expressway that heads for the Old Bay Bridge across Tokyo Bay to Tokyo. A homemade kitchen with table and chairs, and he's even invented a fridge. Yes, he's even invented a fridge. Mr. Nakasone is a good friend of mine, and he comes from Okinawa. He knows what he knows, and he goes where he goes, and when he goes, I want to go too. Thanks. I saw him asleep in the street last night, lying in the gutter drunk. I took him home, laid him down on the top of his homemade bunk. You know, all around his bed there were piles of old exercise books full of writing. I opened the first one. It was not Japanese. It was not English. It was not the language of Okinawa or the Ryukyu Islands. It was a language known to no one but Mr. Nakasone himself. Mr. Nakasone has invented a language, and nobody speaks it but him. He needs all the words and the grammar and stuff to talk to the voices within, to talk to the voices within. Mr. Nakasone is a good friend of mine, and he comes from Okinawa. He knows what he knows, and he goes where he goes, and when he goes, I want to go too. Mr. Nakasone is building a spaceship now, with a pram and a couple of dustbins. I saw him last night with his goggles on, rubbing cooking oil into the fins to reduce the drag, you understand. He's going to Mars and Jupiter, and maybe to Timbuktu, for he knows what he knows, and he goes where he goes. And I only wish I could go too.
Wow!